Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome here today to another NBA talk type video, and we're going to be doing 5 teams that I think should inquire the Hornets about a Kemba Walker trade. So if you guys do enjoy these double uploads with an NBA talk video, just drop a like on this video. Let's see if we can maybe get like 800 likes, and let me know in the comments other NBA type talk videos you want me to talk about. So I'm going to be giving you 5 teams today that I think should try to trade for Kemba Walker, and I'm going to give you a trade that I think they could offer and that could be accepted. So my top 3 teams are teams that I definitely 100% think they should call Hornets, try to trade for Kemba Walker this offseason. Bottom 2 are kind of just like, I want to do 5 teams, and there isn't many. Like, point guard, I think, is the deepest position in the NBA. There's so many good startable point guards in the NBA, so there's very few teams that need a point guard, or Kemba would be a drastic upgrade to get him. So I do have a bunch of teams. So number 5 here I do have is the Phoenix Suns. Now, originally I had the Utah Jazz in here, but I'm like, actually, we can maybe think the Suns could make an offer. So the Suns, what I did forget is they have the 16th pick in the draft projected, which they'll definitely get because that's not in the lottery. And right now they have the projected number 1 pick. If they get 1 or 2, and this only applies if they don't draft Luka Doncic, because I believe if they draft Luka Doncic, they're going to play him at point guard. Obviously, you have Josh Jackson at small forward, or for the time being, I don't know if they're going to run a small ball with him and Warren starting, but you definitely have Booker at shooting guard, Jackson at small forward, and then you're going to have to play Doncic at point guard because you're not going to play him over Devin Booker or Josh Jackson, who you just spent 2 top 5 or whatever he was last year. I think he was the 4th pick, and Devin Booker is obviously one of the best young players in the NBA. You play him at point guard, but he's off the board, you don't like him anymore, and you want to go center, you take Deandre Eden, or you get screwed over in the lottery and you have the 4th pick. I would say you call them up. Hey, Charlotte, we'll give you TJ Warren and the 16th pick for Kemba Walker. You get your star point guard. You pair him up with Devin Booker because you need point guard help. Personally, I like Brandon Knight a lot more than most people do. A lot of people trash on Brandon Knight. I thought he was a great player in Milwaukee. Don't know why they got rid of him. I really enjoyed him as a player in Detroit as well. And then he tore his ACL this year. I mean, he's making $14 mil for a reason. He was pretty good at one point. I'm pretty sure... Actually, I don't know when he got his contract extension, if it was in like that 2016 offseason where like Mozgov got the big deal, Luol Deng, Joakim Noah, like Myers Leonard, Allen Crabbe, Evan Turner. But I think Brandon Knight is a serviceable point guard, a serviceable backup, I think, at this point, especially him coming off an ACL injury. That's not bad. I mean, I don't really think Tyler Ulis is the best of point guards. Maybe they would want Tyler Ulis in this trade. But hey, you trade TJ Warren, who's on a very favorable contract. He's on a very nice contract, TJ Warren. You trade TJ Warren, you trade the 16th pick. They give you Kemba Walker. I mean, do you really think that Shai Gilgeous or Trayvon Duval will be better than Kemba Walker one day? If you value them, who knows if even Shai Gilgeous will be there at 16. Maybe the Clippers like him at 12 or 13. Maybe the Hornets like him as a replacement at 11 if Trae Young and Colin Sexton are off the board. But I think the Suns could definitely make a favorable push here. They could definitely trade TJ Warren plus the 16th pick for Kemba Walker. You would have a Kemba Walker, Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, Marquise Chris or Dragon Bender, whoever you want to start there, Deandre Eden starting 5. That's actually low-key nice as hell. And you have to build the best roster possible because you're in the hard Western Conference where you have the 9th seed, the Denver Nuggets, to make the playoffs, or the 10th seed Clippers both had winning records. It's not like the Eastern Conference where just the top 8 seeds had winning records. Actually, yeah, I'm going to... Off the top of my head, I don't know if the Wizards had a winning record. I'm pretty sure they did. But yeah, I would say the Suns would be a dope team to come in and swoop in, and I actually really like that trade a lot. Now, number 4 here I have is the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers making it in back-to-back appearances here in these NBA Talk videos as they were in one of the teams that I think should rebuild. So, the Clippers, I think a good offer with sitting at pick 12 and 13. I say you think about moving Miles Teodosic and the 13th pick for Kemba Walker. I mean, they would get a point guard back, so you're not really going to lose too much at the position. Maybe you could say, I mean, you really don't have any young options. I mean, I would try to limit Montrezl Harrell. I would try not to trade him. I mean, if they would want like a Sedarius Thornwell or Juwan Evans, Thornwell went to where? South Carolina, and Evans went to Oklahoma State. But if they would like one of those guys, yeah, you could throw that in along with the 13th pick and Miles Teodosic. I say you don't trade Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is a great bench point guard, one of the best defensive point guards in the league, if not the best defensive point guard in the league. You keep him. You don't do any. I wouldn't trade Patrick Beverley. If you could trade one of the two between Miles or Milos, sorry if I'm butchering his name, and Patrick Beverley, you trade Milos, and then you have Kemba obviously starting Beverley come off the bench. It's pretty good, and you're just trading your 13th pick. I'm sure Kemba would love it in LA. You have Kemba, Tobias Harris there, Lou Will, DeAndre Jordan, if you bring him back or whatever you do with him, that's not bad of a starting 5 at all. And you're adding your 12th pick that you can get in the draft. Say it to Kevin Knox, say it to Miles Bridges, but then that would probably eliminate you looking at Trayvon Duval or Shai Gilgeous. But I would say the Clippers it would be very interesting if they were able to trade Miles Teodosic, say Juwan Evans, Sedarius Thornwell, and the 13th pick for Kemba Walker. If they would want those young pieces, I don't know. I would try to say Patrick Beverley, obviously Tobias Harris. I would try not to trade Lou Will, and I would say Montrezl Harrell are off limits. But I mean, if they would want Austin Rivers, which they're not gonna. So yeah, I think Miles Teodosic, because he only has 1 year left, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's making $6 million. The Hornets would get 2 lottery picks. They would get the 13th pick, and they would get their 11th pick that they normally have. So hey, if you can get a lottery pick for Kemba Walker, I would so do it. I don't think the Clippers would be too aggressive in this. I think they like where they are with these 2 first-round picks. I mean, I can't blame them. I would too. Not many teams get to have 2 lottery picks. Besides, remember when the Rockets had like 3 mid-tier picks like a while ago, and they like failed all of them? I mean, I think one was Terrence Jones. I think he was the best. I think it was like Chase Budinger. Was it like DJ White or something like that? I remember they flopped on both. I think all 3 of their first-round picks. So it's not a guaranteed, but this is a very good draft class. And I'm saying if you have 2 first-round picks, you walk out of here with like Shai Gilgeous and a Kevin Knox, or if Trae Young or Colin Sexton, you were lucky enough to fall to you, take one of those guys, and then you can maybe take like a Wendell Carter if he falls, and you can get 2 young talents that you could develop and just start your rebuild with, and then obviously trading Kemba, you're going to lose a lot of games next year, and then you can go after an RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson, Cameron Reddish, Romeo Langford. One of those guys, bowl, you do it, and I think that's where you should start rebuilding. So, on number 4 on my list, we'll go to the LA Clippers. Now, 3 here is the Orlando Magic, and this is only if Orlando doesn't like Colin Sexton or Trae Young in this draft, because right now they are projected the 5th pick. I don't think they could fall to 7, unless they maybe can, but I'm going to go off this that they can only fall to 6, and that being the lowest. The odds of Trae Young and Sexton being there at 6, at least one of them, is very high. I mean, the Suns are probably going to take Deandre Eden. Grizzlies are probably going to take whoever they don't take. I'm just basing this off before the lottery. And then the Hawks could be in the market for a point guard, but the Mavericks, obviously not in the market. Grizzlies, probably not in the market, obviously. And then even if, like, the Bulls pass you, they got Chris Dunn. If the Kings somehow pass you, they got De'Aaron Fox. Knicks pass you, they got, obviously, Frank Ntilikina. Maybe if the Cavs do pass you, they could take a point guard along with Atlanta. But that's very low chance of happening. So, I mean, this is only if they do not like Sexton or Trae Young. I thought about it if they maybe fall to 6. Maybe they would definitely do for Kemba. The Hornets get the 6th pick. Magic at 11 and Kemba. I mean, they would move up 5 spots. That means the Hornets would get a significantly better player in this year's draft class. And the Magic would walk away with a all-star caliber point guard, Kemba Walker. They would fill that need up. You can obviously roll with Isaac at small forward or Gordon at power forward or however they want to do it there. I would try to move Vucevic in this offseason. I mean, I wouldn't really throw him in this trade because I don't think he would fit the Hornets rebuilding window, and I just don't think he's got even a premier value anymore. I think you can maybe land a late first for him, just because defensive centers, nobody really values them in this NBA unless you're Karl Anthony Towns, but still, it's very hard to find somebody like that exactly. So I would say, obviously you can't trade Hezonja right now, but unless they can work out something like that, I would say you could maybe do Hezonja, Jonathan Simmons, and a future first for him if you did not want to give up your high pick. So that's pretty much only if they didn't really value anybody. I don't see this happening because rarely a team would drop from a top 5 pick to 11 unless they were only actually if this is like a huge need. I don't know how much GMs obviously are going to value their draft positions here. I'm going to say they are going to highly value them. I would say Hornets, I don't think they'll have the cap, but say we'll give you the 5th pick as the Orlando Magic, and we'll give you Evan Fournier or Bismack Biyombo, who's got 2 years left for Bismack's contract, making 17 mil, or 3 years with Fournier. This is going to help out the Magic a lot more than it would help out the Hornets, and I would advise the Hornets not to do this. We'll give you the 5th pick, and either Bismack Biyombo or Evan Fournier, you give us Dwight Howard back to Orlando, and you give us Kemba Walker. Now, I would, and the 11th pick, and I would be like, all right, because Dwight Howard says that free agent next year, so you're getting a year of cap relief off Biyombo with that 17 mil, or 2 years off that Fournier 17 mil, and you're getting back a contract year guy, Dwight Howard, back to Orlando. Kind of cool. The Hornets will jump up to a top 5 pick, and they would trade Kemba, I mean, I would probably want like Jonathan Simmons out of this too, or maybe a future. I don't know. It's kind of a hard trade to work out because I don't know where obviously GMs value all this stuff. I don't think the Hornets, I think they should trade the most cap possible. I'm saying also, so I'm saying they shouldn't do that, but if they could throw in like a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist or a Cody Zeller or Marvin Williams or a Nicholas Batum, yeah, right, into a trade involving Kemba Walker, you 100% do it. You clear up that cap. But yeah, Magic coming at 3. These top 2 ones are the teams I think that should go after him the most. So actually, I did record like my whole Jazz part of this. So the Suns at 5, I think I would put them at 4. Even actually, I would put them at 3 that they should actually do this over. So I'm kind of going out of order. I know. I just kind of came on the Suns late, and I just told the Jazz if I ever mentioned them. But I'm going to take that whole part out of the video. You're probably going to see the Suns at 5, Clippers at 4, Magic at 3. But you could put the Suns at 3, I think, now. I think the Suns would make more sense. So here we go. Top 2 teams I think should trade for Kemba the most. Now, number 2 here is the Detroit Pistons. Now, this would be a very hard trade to happen, but I think they should try their hardest to make it work. Now, I would call up Charlotte if I don't know who the hell the GM is of the Pistons. I would be like, we'll give you Stanley Johnson, young player, still on his rookie deal. We'll be making $3.9 million next year and a qualifying offer in 2019. So you get a whole year. Hopefully you could start him. And you can see how he does. Then you go, we'll also give you Reggie Jackson. Maybe they're going to have to take on like a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in return or a Cody Zeller or something like that, maybe to make the contracts work, because they are giving up about like $23 million here, $22 million. Yeah, about $22 million, and Kemba Walker is only making $12 million. So we'll give you Stanley Johnson, Reggie Jackson. And this is where it depends, because you gave up your first this year, which was a lottery first, in the Blake Griffin trade. Do you really want to trade your first next year? Technically, I don't know if they're allowed to with the whole stepping rule laws, but maybe if you could trade a 2021 first here. Now, if you're okay with trading like a 2021 first, 2020 first, I would say you maybe do this. I think a Kemba Walker, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, and if you can get like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in return, and then you have Luke Kennard. I mean, the bench won't be the best with Ish Smith, Langston Galloway, John Moore, Anthony Tolliver actually wasn't that bad. Reggie Bullock, who actually wasn't that bad either. You have them. You can maybe hope Henry Ellison takes the next step this year. But, hey, you build off those guys. That starting 5 of Kemba Walker, Luke Kennard, say you can get Michael Kidd-Gilchrist back, and then you got Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. That's actually a very scary starting 5. It's definitely doable to maybe pace the Wizards in the Eastern Conference. I don't, definitely the Heat in the Eastern Conference. I think obviously the Bucks are going to be very good next year, as long as they get a good head coach. And then obviously you have like the top seeds, wherever, say LeBron's on the Cavs, you'll have the Cavs, Celtics, probably the Raptors back in the top half next year. Pacers will be good next year. Did I say 76ers, Celtics? So you're going to have like, at least we know like the 6 teams. 7th and 8th are going to be up for grabs between Washington, between Miami, between, well, it depends also, because John Wall was hurt this year, so Washington could get a playoff spot pretty easily, but then you have, like, Detroit, Miami, pretty much it. I don't really think the Knicks or Brooklyn or Orlando will be fighting for a playoff spot, but yeah, so like I said, those teams, you got to fight for the 8th seed, and obviously adding Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Kemba Walker would be insane here. Yes, you would have to give up your first round pick after you just gave up your first for Blake Griffin, and it ended up being the 12th pick, which is a nice lottery player. And yeah, so it all depends here if the Pistons are cool with trading a future first round pick. But if not, then the trade won't happen. But I think they should definitely inquire about this trade. Stanley Johnson, Reggie Jackson, a 2020 first or a 2021 first for Kemba Walker and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I think that would be a very good trade. Now on to my final team. Now this team adding Kemba Walker would be very dope, but I don't know how much they're going to have to throw up to get it done, but I think this would be a good trade. So it is going to be the Indiana Pacers. Now, if the Indiana Pacers added Kemba Walker, you had a lineup, just say, of Kemba Walker, Victor Oladipo, Bojan Bogdanovic, Domantas Sabonis if he ends up starting over Thad Young, and then Miles Turner. That is nice. That is definitely a better lineup with Ben Collison in there. What I would say would get this trade done is TJ Leaf has to be thrown in this trade. He was your first round pick last year. They're going to want a young piece. He didn't really play much for them this year. So, TJ Leaf, the Pacers are not going to want to give up any of the young guys like Sabonis or Turner. Obviously, Oladipo, so they're going to be out of the list. So, I'm going to say TJ Leaf, Darren Collison, and the 23rd pick in this year's draft. You offer that for Kemba Walker. They'll get a young piece in TJ Leaf. See if they can make him work. I don't know. You're going to get the 23rd pick. Say nobody else offers you anything, and this is the best offer you get. I mean, you're getting a first-round pick here, 23rd, and you're getting Darren Collison, who will help you I mean, stay relevant next year. I don't think the Hornets can really push for a playoff spot, but Darren Collison was actually very good this year. I think kind of underrated. Not many people talked about him. I'm pretty sure he led the league in three-point percentage, which is very impressive. And I think he had a very nice year. What was this, his first year not in Sacramento? Actually, I feel like he's played, I don't remember Darren Collison's earlier career. If he's played on another team. Did he play on Orlando? Maybe. But, hey, you had Kemba Walker and Oladipo as a backcourt. That is kind of filthy. And then you have Bojan Bogdanovic, but maybe you can make a play. Because, hey, you trade Collison and TJ Leaf and your first round pick for Kemba Walker, you're actually going to be saving $1 million in cap space. Because Collison's making $10 million. TJ Leaf's going to be making like $4 million in 2020, 2021. So that's $14 million. Kemba Walker, I'm pretty sure, is only making $12 million right now. So, hey, you're going to clear up cap. You could still maybe call Paul George. Just imagine Kemba Walker, Oladipo, Paul George, Sabonis, Miles Turner. That's actually low-key. Like, that's like a team I would build on 2K. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, but I think they should definitely inquire about trading for Kemba Walker. I feel like he would help out their team the most. You're going to add another superstar point guard. Like I said, a top 7 point guard in the league. Add him with Oladipo, who was NBA's breakout player this year and who's solidified himself to be an elite 3-and-D guy and can run an offense. So him, Kemba Walker, Sabonis, who I think is also kind of underrated. I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate his breakout season he's had this year. And Miles Turner, I think it's pretty nice starting 5. It's fairly young. I mean, Oladipo, obviously Sabonis, Turner are young, but Kemba, I think he's 28, 29. I don't think he's 27, but he's going to get up there in age. I say you give him a 3-year deal in the offseason, or maybe midseason next year after this offseason. You give him 3 years, $65 million. That's not bad. You're going to be paying him, what, $23 million, something like that, $22 million for Kemba Walker. I think that's pretty fair, but who knows what he's going to be demanding. I don't know who his agent is. It might be the Scott Borases of the NBA, and he might demand a lot. But yeah, so those 5 teams is Phoenix, LA, Orlando, Detroit, and Indiana that I think should all inquire or try their best to trade for Kemba Walker. So yeah, that is going to be for me. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this NBA talk video today. Let me know in the comments other stuff you would want to see me talk about the NBA, and if you're cool with me just discussing topics. I'm going to try to always double upload these with rebuilds, so don't worry, you guys are going to see a rebuild later today. I believe it is a what-if rebuild. I think I'll spoil it now if you guys are watching right now. It is a what-if the Denver Nuggets never traded Carmelo Anthony back almost a decade ago. So yeah, that's going to be for me. Thank you for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Let's see if we can maybe get 800 likes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give me maybe your teams that I think and what trade they should maybe offer for Kemba Walker. And yeah, I read all the comments. I thought it was really interesting on the last video. So yeah, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. See you guys next video. Peace. We just wanna